Detroit Lions went into Cincinnati and we feast.
I ain't never lost, never in my life.
If you watch the score throughout the game, it looked like we actually dominated. This was a very, very tough game, man. This was a tough game. If it wasn't for how terrible that Cincinnati quarterback played in that first half, with 3 picks, we also got a safety. There was a couple fumbles we didn't recover. But if they weren't so loose with the ball, I can't lie, they had a really, really strong chance of beating us today, man. It was a crazy game. Their pass rush, Goff could not get any time to make decisions and get that ball. No deep pass, no 15, 20-yard passes, no 5-step drops. That was not happening. Every time he took more than 3 steps back, the Cincinnati Bengals was on him and sacking him. He got sacked 4 times in this game. It was absolutely crazy. And there was so much pressure on him. It could have been a lot more sacks, man. This was by no means a cakewalk. For as good as the Cincinnati Bengals defense I felt like played, was as bad as the quarterback played for Cincinnati. He made mistake after mistake after mistake, and a lot of them was good reads, just bad passes, man. He threw a lot of bad balls. Some of those picks were crazy, but he had opportunities to throw some good passes, get some touchdowns, man. We're gonna talk about some issues. We gotta get Decker back as soon as possible, man. Our O-line struggled. They had extreme problems, man. Be honest, it hasn't been this concerning since week 1 we played against the Packers. And maybe it was just a bad matchup with the Bengals. You know, they was just busting through, but I can't lie. They had trouble protecting Goff at all, man. There were so many times he got hit on the blind side on those sacks, and I was surprised he was able to even hang on to the ball because he kept taking some very, very, very big hits, man. As far as passing goes, Goff had a great game, 19 for 23, 258 passing yards, 11-yard average, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Again, he did get sacked 4 times, but overall, man, 153 quarterback rating, that's pretty solid. Montgomery, man, he got a pass off, a 3-yard touchdown pass. It was a Montgomery homecoming. I expected a heavy dose of Mont. He did get more carries than Gibbs this game. He got 18 for 65 yards and a touchdown. I thought it was gonna be a 2 or 3 touchdown day for Montgomery. His sister was at the game. Again, this is his hometown. His sister had an accident. She was paralyzed, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna definitely let him show out in front of the fam. But Montgomery, he had some sparks, man, but he wasn't going crazy. He had a decent 3.6 yards per carry. I mean, it ain't horrible. You really want your running back at 4 or more, but it wasn't a horrible day, man. Gibbs had 12 carries, 54 yards, 4.5 a carry. That's a little bit better, a little bit closer to what I want to see. And to be honest, Mont, up until that 20-yard run he had, 19 was his long. He wasn't getting much yards, man. He wasn't getting anywhere. That 19-yard run kind of really bumped up that average, man. St. Brown did what St. Brown does, 100 yards. Laporta, 92 yards and a touchdown. He finally got back in the end zone. Tesla got him another end zone catch, man. Beast, boy. I'm really looking forward to seeing more Tesla. He definitely looks like he's going to be a very good red zone threat. You know, we already got St. Brown, Gibbs, Montgomery, and Laporta, and now we're adding Tesla to the mix of just options in the red zone. Brock Wright is a decent red zone threat as well. I thought J-Mo was going to make the step up to be a red zone threat. And I don't know if it's maybe because they like to go with more power packages. Maybe, I don't know how often J-Mo is in the red zone. But I wanted to see J-Mo make a step forward and be more of a red zone threat. I haven't seen the route running they've been talking about all offseason that they say he's been working on, he's been getting better at, those short, intermediate right. It seems like they just having J-Mo go deep every play, man, which it does open it up for short passes that has space to make it work. But I definitely want to see J-Mo in more advantageous situations where he can get a short slant or drag or any type of in breaking route, anything to just let me see his playmaking. Let me see him let me see him shake the defender and make a move, do something other than just run past him. I was really looking forward to seeing more of that from J-Mo this year because that's what I was hearing all off season. But thus far, I haven't seen anything like that from J-Mo. Maybe they're saving it for further down the season. I want teams to game plan, want to bring it out in the playoffs. I don't know, but I want to see that from J-Mo for sure. Brownie, he went for 250, 3 touchdowns. I did predict he was going to throw for 202 touchdowns. I was pretty convinced with all of how banged up we was in the secondary that he was going to be able to eat, that Chase was going to be able to eat. I didn't know Joseph was going to play in this game. All the reports were saying there was a good chance he wasn't going to play. So the fact that he played, I would have scaled it back, but he still did what I thought he was going to do with Joseph in the game, even though Joseph did get a pick. Run game, we pretty much stuffed them, man. We did a really, really solid job versus their run game. They only had 85 total yards. Ja'Marr Chase, he went for 110, 2 tutties. We actually did a really, really good job on a majority of the game, but late in the game, he just started cooking, man. And, he's probably the best receiver in the game. St. Brown, I believe, is the best route runner, best short yardage receiver. But when you talk about strength, speed, route running, everything as a whole, I don't think it really gets any better than Ja'Marr Chase. If it wasn't for those turnovers, this is probably a different outcome. My Lions they probably lose this game, man, or it's a shootout, because Cincinnati was moving the ball. Again, they just kept making dumb mistakes. It was just an okay game, man. I'd say it's probably a C+ game.
Yeah. Turn those into 14 points and ended up being the difference. Sure was. And that's what we talk about is that when you really start getting good at them, you start hunting for them. Our guys are hunting for them. They become contagious. And this is the first time since I've been here that I feel like we're getting them in bunches early in the year. Normally it comes a little later. So, man, I feel like there's blood in the water, man. Our guys are starting to feel it, man. They want to be the next guy who gets the punch out of the strip or the interception, and we're hunting. The ball's in the air, we're going after it. And that's a tenacious defense. That's what they do, and that's what we're about right now.
This is the best tackling Detroit Lions team that I've ever seen in my lifetime, man. Never seen a Lions team tackle this well, man. We have great tackling, and now when you got great form tackling, you can now work it to where, hey, you already know we can get them on the ground. Now you can punch at the ball, the secondary person. Hey, if somebody already got them and they're bringing them down, you go punch that ball out, man. And it's just, hey, it's solid. This Dan Cowboy Decker.
Man, it just, every week the recovery has not, it's been less and less. He has not been able to quite catch up to. We feel like there's diminishing returns every week. Man, it's just a little, and we just felt like, man, we need to give this guy a little time, and I don't know how
definitely
long.
Don't want to rush.
But this is so we get him back. That's what this is, man. Let's get this thing to calm down. Let's get some strength back in the shoulder to where he feels good. And so all of this is for a positive. We just felt like, man, coming down the wire yesterday, today, man, we need to back off of this and let's be smart with it.
So, you got to make smart decisions. Man, we want him to be fully healthy because we're going to need him if we're going to make a long playoff run and eventually win the Super Bowl. So he held him out of this game because he's just not completely healed, man. So I agree with that. I'm hearing reports. At first I was hearing that DJ Reed was going to be lost for majority of the season. And I've been hearing 4 weeks for his hamstring. Been seeing different reports for the Lions. I hope it's just a 4-week injury. That means we'll get him back for a strong finish in the season. I'll be honest with you, we'll only be halfway through when we get him back. So that'll be really, really good and solid, man, to get him back out there. We definitely need him at the corner position. I wish we had him next game versus Kansas City, even though their receivers haven't really been doing much or been that good. I just, against a Pat Mahomes offense, I want to have our best defense out there to stop them, man. But I'll give you a pregame on that coming soon. Again, that's pretty much my take on the game, man. The offensive line struggled. Our offense as a whole was okay, man. Our defense was pretty lights out up until the second half. The defense, I would definitely give a A- grade. I don't like how they closed the game out, but I do like the way they was ball hawking earlier in this game, man. From the forced fumbles to the picks to the safety, man. They were doing a lot of great things, man. I really like where the D-line is headed. Liam McNeil is close to coming back. He may actually be back versus Kansas City. That will absolutely give us a great chance at winning that game in Kansas City. Definitely, I'm again, the pregame coming for that one. I hope the news on the Liam McNeil was out before then. I'll definitely keep y'all updated, man. But again, this BDB NevaLoss podcast. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe, share the video, man. We are above 50 followers. We are on our way to 100, man. I appreciate all the support. Y'all have a great day, man.